right. When we last left off our crew, they were struggling to save Delta Leonis II, the small colony of 50 people that they have found, but realizing that these earthquakes were only going to get worse and worse, Commander Calder has called out for an evacuation, just as Lieutenant Junior L might have found the means to save the planet if only he had the time to implement if only he had time to investigate this more. As we left off, we have the crew in various places. Dr. Bog has aimed up and has begun triage and surgery preparations for this latest wave of injured. Calder, Maldon, and our new security officer, Asemi, were down on the surface, and Elle and Patterson were just realizing what exactly was going on in the system. This strange situation of a pure dilithium core in the center of this planet, and the sun interacting with it in a very specific way. Whether this was a natural phenomenon is highly unlikely, but who could have done such things is unknown at this point. As of this point, we are beginning evacuations. We have shuttles on the ground and ready to start picking up people. And Commander Calder, what are your orders?
I begin evacuating the civilians to the Svalinn, and prepare to tell Bog to prepare for surgery. I'll prepare for a lot of work.
All right, Bog, you are forewarned. Are you allowing the people to gather personal items? Are you telling them just 2 suitcases and run? Or how much are the people allowed to bring with them?
I'd imagine the 2 suitcase, because as all these shuttles do have transporters.
Mm-hmm.
If I recall.
The shuttles do have small, like 1-man or 2-man and transporters that you could link up to the Svalinn, and the Svallinn's own transporters could start picking up people at designated locations. So it's more about how much mass. Yeah, so mass and volume isn't going to be much of an issue, because you could have people drop stuff up. It's just like, how much time do you want them spending gathering up their belongings?
Okay, let's figure out the time to. Okay. Okay, how many times? How long would it take to beam 50 people in intervals of 7 transporters?
Less than an
well,
hour.
the Svalinn, yeah, it's gonna be less than an hour. The Svalinn itself has 2 transporter rooms with 6 pads each, so that's 12 people, and they can do a full cycle within a minute. So you could in an absolute pinch, you could probably beam everyone off the surface in 5 minutes. It's just organizing them that's going to be the hard part.
Yeah, I plan on using all the shells we got down, which I think is the 7 shells we got plus the Leonis transporters,
Yep,
which I think would be a total of intervals of 9 to 10.
that will help too. That'll bring it down to 4 minutes if you just rush everyone onto transporter pads. Another option is you could load up those shuttles and take off, which might take a little more time, but they could bring more stuff with them.
Okay, let's do do. Yeah, that's yeah. We did like while the transports were landing, they were carrying a ton of medical personnel.
Yep. So, we already have medical and emergency engineering personnel on the planet in shuttles. So, all right. So, Captain, how do you want to do this? Do you want to push people to the shuttles or push people to transport site?
Well, if you push them to a rally point, you can have shuttles taking people off, and they can be carting belongings, stuff like that, while the other side is moving the people up to transport.
Okay, this is how I want to do it. I'm gonna have the critically injured be site to site transport, and when that's done, we'll do a shuttle load up, and
Okay.
we'll say everyone will have. We'll use that time for people to grab belongings, but don't risk your lives to grab them.
Okay. To talk to the people, and allow them to grab their belongings and stuff. That's going to be presence command difficulty 3.
Take a threat GM.
Yep. In fact, I need to take all the threat because
I have diplomacy and leadership as a focus. I think both of those could work.
Yep, both of those will work.
And what's the comp range? 1?
Comp range of 1.
Okay. I legal that is 0.
Okay. Just made it. So a bit of grandstanding, and you're standing on the front of the ruined courthouse and explained what's happening and what the civilians need to do to get this done. And at the same time, I'm letting your officers know how the task needs to be broken up. So we have 2 officers on the ground, Maldone and Asemi. One of them could be helping rally people to the correct location. The other one can do a follow up and sweep and clear the area. Rallying people and getting them in the right location, that's probably going to be a con task.
I don't know if Maldon is able to do it, because I think he's still higher than a kite.
He's okay.
That's a fair point.
His concussion's been taken care of. He just medically speaking, he's grounded and he can't be cleared for flight.
Obviously, I missed a good episode.
It's fine. This planet is just every earthquake that happened in the past 3 decades combined into one planet.
Wow, cool.
All right.
Looks like we do have a con NPC as well.
Yes,
you
we
could-
could activate a NPCs is to help with this. So first things first is rallying the people and getting them organized to an evacuation site. Let's make that. Control or presence con on difficulty 3, and I'm spending threat to increase the complication to 2.
Man, in a douche right out of the gate.
I'm being a GM out of the gate.
If Maldon wants to do the goal, he could do the goal. You could assist. Oh, wait, I think I got Els on ship, so he can't.
Yeah, L's unfortunately on the ship.
But we could summon Magnus to assist Maldon.
That's also a possibility.
Dude, are you there, Maldon?
What's that?
You're being summoned to rally the people with your con skills with the assistance of Magnus.
This isn't so much a rally. This is more of just organizing people and making sure that they know where to go and how to get there safely without causing a stampede.
Oh, yeah, sure. I can put up flyers.
Yep, pretty much.
Have you seen this rally point?
I will assist with the direct.
I will allow that.
I do not have any focuses here that would apply.
Let me take a look at your focuses. I might be able to squeeze one in.
Maybe persuasion.
That's more of dealing with the people than it is knowing how to get them to where they're going.
Which I don't think I'm actually doing any persuasion.
Yeah, it's not so much
okay.
persuasion. I'll take interstellar navigation, and just with the fact of you're helping navigate people towards a location.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
Complication 2. Well, we have no momentum for me to spend, so I guess I'm just gonna grab... I'll just take the 1 dice with the threat.
1 dice threat, okay?
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
El, do you want to go for Magnus?
Yeah, L, if you want to pull up Magnus's sheet and have her assist in this. L.
Oh, what?
Good morning.
We're asking we're asking if you want to pick up Magnus's sheet and roll in assistance and control con on this roll.
Sure.
Do you have the sheet?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
All right. Excellent. 3, 4, 5. 2 momentum off that as you find a nice flat field. I mean, this is a pretty wide valley. There's flat fields all over the place, but you find one particular spot that would make a good landing site and a rally point, and you're coordinating with the transporter rooms and coordinating with the shuttles to get people up as needed. And soon there's a small throng of people all walking towards you, ready to be beamed up. On the other side of the crowd, Lieutenant Asemi is going through the town and making sure that there's no scragglers, and helping people pick things up and get to safety, and also tagging critically wounded people who can't be moved and need to be beamed directly to sickbay.
Yep.
So, you're going through the town, sweeping in the locations, and there's a couple of people who are kind of resistant, and they're picking through the leaning shanty of their house that's about ready to collapse on them, and there's some contentious points of no, we don't have that much time. That's not a safe place to stand.
Mm-hmm. Is there a way I can convince them to come with me?
Yes, presence, command, or security could work here.
Oh, security, because it's a life or death thing, because they're standing under rubble and that can collapse at any point.
Yep. Yeah, presence, security, still difficulty 3, because they're not in your chain of command.
Right. I'll buy another dice with a momentum if I can.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead and roll. 3.
Right on the money. There's a couple of you do finally manage to convince the people that maybe the old grandfather clock could be spared. Maybe we could leave the grandfather clock and just get a new one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so surprised that the grandfather clock that's been here on the planet for 50 years that has constant earthquakes is still fine.
He didn't say it worked.
It's probably not fine.
It's probably not fine.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
Yep. So that
right,
seems to be.
I'll take him out and kind of guide them there.
Yep. And there's several people who need to be tagged for medical transport. That is a very simple job of standing over them and calling up to the ship and beaming them directly to sickbay. No rolls needed for that.
Okay.
Meanwhile, yes.
I was just saying, okay.
Yep. Meanwhile, on the Svalinn itself, Dr. Bog, you are receiving injured.
All right.
there are some nurses is within NSME security team that are helping triage people and make sure that you're getting the actual critical cases and not the ones that we can wait for later.
Yeah, did they give me an estimate on how many injured I'm going to have coming up?
You're probably looking in anywhere from 6 to 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say 60 to 100 there for a second. I was about to panic.
No. You came to this colony. There's only like 50 people here.
Ah, okay. That's still, that could be overwhelming if they're all bad.
Yep. One of the really bad ones at this point happens to be the mayor of the town who suffered severe trauma as the courthouse fell on top of him.
Oh, all right. We'll tend to him first, it sounds like.
I had a name here. Azir. Mayor Franklin Azir. That's what it was. Franklin Azir, human, and 70 years old.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, and he is in a bad shape. This is actually going to turn into an extended task for you.
Yeah, that's a bad shape.
All right. This is obviously going to be control medicine. Difficulty 3. Magnitude 3. Spend a little L threat to increase the resistance. 3 resistance there. And then the work track is 3 times 5. $18.
Okay.
Yep, and this is control medicine all the way through. Starting at difficulty 3, we have 3 resistance on the work track and 18 work to be done.
Okay, well, I'll have a nurse in the ship helping me, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do I have any of my crew that I'm going to have to work on after this guy?
Maddox does have a pretty banged up leg, and he initially he reported fine, but then he reported that he lost feeling in his left leg. So that might need to be looked at. Okay. But so far, no other Starfleet personnel has reported being really banged up. Some bruises, bumps on the head, fractures, or easy stuff.
Okay. Well, first of all, my focus is emergency medicine, so we should be fine there.
Yep.
And can I use would it be possible to use improvisation under pressure as one of my as a value there?
Yes, we can use that. As yeah, this is definitely crunch time.
They all kind of hit the door at the same time, it sounds like. All right, so and then I'll use bold. So spend a threat there.
Okay, 1 threat, and we have the ship assisting with computer med.
Okay.
I'll get that.
Thank you.
And you also have the assistance of your sick bay. Would you want to use that to decrease the resistance on the work or the difficulty of the task?
Probably the resistance would be a better choice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would probably help.
Okay, let's reduce the resistance.
Okay, so we're still looking at difficulty 3.
Okay. Here we go. Boom! That's the way to start the night out.
As
6
you
successes
reach into the
altogether.
grave and pull this man's soul back.
Not today! Not today, Mr. Reaper.
So that is 5, 6 over. So that is 3 momentum generated. Go ahead and roll me 7 challenge dice. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would you like to spend a momentum to reroll? Oh, those 2 zeros.
Yeah, I'll spend a momentum to reroll that.
Got
Okay.
the extras.
Okay, so I just rolled 2 now.
Yep.
Oh, still a 0 there.
That helped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus the 2 resistance, and so we get at 5 work total. And that is
And my
1
target
round.
is 18, and that's my target is 18. Is that correct?
Yep, target is 18 overall.
That should
Okay,
be
18.
a breakthrough, though, right?
Yep, that was at least 5 work, so that is 1 breaking through. As you manage to at least get how to
Maybe the
describe.
bleeding on his brain stopped or something.
Yeah, you got the bleeding on the brain aimed to stop, and you got the like the major circulatory system at least working properly. There's still holes in places, but it's doing its job.
That
Now the next part is
We're
finding all those
right?
holes.
We're getting oxygen to the cells at least now.
Yeah, you got the oxygen to the critical components.
So that's the difficulty one, right? By getting a break.
Yep, yep, that's tracked on the bars on top here. So reduces the difficulty e by 1.
That's difficulty
Meanwhile-
2 now.
Yep, difficulty 2.
Oh, dude, you're gonna cut me like that? Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I'm cutting back and forth.
Man, this is like them TV shows. Are like, no, they did not just cut back to this other scene.
Meanwhile, Elle and Pearson are pouring over this data, and they just look up at each other, and you finally realize this is what's happening. Somehow, the sun is activating this dilithium and matrix and turning the planet into a giant warp core. How the hell that happened doesn't matter, but now you need to figure out how are you going to stop this.
Put the sun out?
Because that is something we can do in Star Trek.
There might be ways to do it.
Yeah, it's up to you. Is there any theories or or ideas you want to throw against the wall to see what would be more or feasible, or do you want to start drawing up plans of we need the deflector dish to do this wacky thing?
Well, before I go with that, out of character, everyone else, can anyone else think of any other Star Trek related way to deal with this?
I mean, can't you just change
You
the?
gotta flip the polarities.
I
There's
mean,
an
you
idea.
could also try and modify the sun and make it a different class of sun.
That would be just as much as just putting the sun, different as putting the sun out, I can imagine.
Maybe.
Polarity's not a bad idea, though.
Well, I mean, it is possible to bring a dead sun back to life, as we've seen in
Okay, so
S9.
what kind of radiation are we dealing with that is moving between the sun and the planet?
It is a very particular frequency of microwave. It's an EM band and radiation, and it's just that it seems to be attuned to this very specific EM band and radiation that activates dilithium. And you would know this from learning about how Warp Cores 101 in the Academy is you have to get dilithium to resonate at this frequency using microwave waves, so that way you could use the dilithium in the Warp Core matrix.
So I would say, in character, L is definitely thinking reversing the polarity of the EM band.
Okay.
Well, it would be the most viable solution.
To see how viable of a solution that is, do you want to run simulations, or do you just want to start running with this? I suppose I should ask.
Yeah, let's run a simulation. That never hurts.
Before I get too far ahead of myself. Science.
I mean, L literally has a plan A, plan B, and a plan C right now.
That's what I like to hear. Difficulty, reason science difficulty 4, complication 4. 2 of those is because as I spent threat. The rest is because there are unknown factors that have not been accounted for.
All right. Pearson's activated if somebody wants to get Pearson. And the ship roll. Let's see. So is this programming like a simulation? Is that what we're doing here?
This is programming.
The actual...
This is programming in the simulation, and this will set you up to do the task if this is what you would like to do.
All right. So would computer expertise apply? Talent.
Yes, you are using the computers.
All right. That gives me an extra 20. I will go ahead and get one more 20. Momentum.
Okay, that would be 2 momentum since you already got your 3rd dice.
Would.
Because you get 1 free dice from computer expertise, right? Or.
Yep. And I have a focus in computers.
That will apply.
More die. What the hell? Wow.
You know what? I'll give LtJG determination to all of that.
Are you in communication with him?
I am. Never mind then.
You know what? I will.
Well, you did get at least 1, so you can have the other people roll.
Yeah, well, still got, between the complications and needing 4, having them roll is probably not going to make the total difference. But yeah, we still need Pearson, we still need the ship. But I'm still going to have to do a reroll of some sort.
Yep.
Regardless.
You did control con.
Oh, that would explain it.
Yeah, so that 15 might have been a high
Yeah, you
result.
did control.
I didn't change it from the previous task. Oh well.
Just go ahead and re-roll it. Change it to an ill task.
Science. Right.
That's a little better.
That'll be easier to go with.
And then the ship's computer science.
Oh wait, that should have been a complication.
Yep, I see that.
Yeah, I'll get the ship ready.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was already headed there.
Yeah,
Sorry
someone
about
got
that.
it. All right, so we got 1 extra momentum and 2 complications on the table.
So, well, I mean, there's an extra momentum in one of the pods, so that can burn one.
All right, so
Sleeps one.
quash 1. Do you have a means of re-rolling yours? Any talent that re-rolls science dice?
Yeah, I well, not so much a talent, but I'm thinking I could either use determination or I could use one of those milestones.
To what value?
No, I'm always good with this, and since we're literally discussing this, a theory for every situation.
Literally, you're trying to find a theory for this situation. I will allow that value to give you determination as the numbers are doing something in weird, and you're not quite sure that's happening, but it looks like the simulation is shifting parameters underneath you. It is quite bizarre, but you managed to get ahead of it and compensate with it by taking a step back and digging deep into yourself. So go ahead and re-roll that complication.
That was one moment.
One momentum extra as you can do it. It's going to be difficult, but you could set up your deflector dish to basically tweak the atmosphere of the sun, because going back to Astrophysics 101, the star is basically a fusion explosion in space, and as the hot gamma rays in the core filter out, now they get it slower and slower and slower, and start dropping in energy until it hits the atmosphere, and that's where you get the EM band that you see from stars. And by the time it hits the...
Wait a second. That 4 is supposed to be a 3. Let me fix that real quick.
Huh?
The calculations. I'm being sarcastic
Yeah.
about the calculation.
Which, that's something else, but we'll get there in a moment. So if you could just tweak the atmosphere of the star, you could change the Rayleigh scattering from the star and shift what frequencies it's outputting. But there is something very, very strange that is happening. L, I need you to make a fitness science roll, difficulty 3.
Fitness science?
Yep.
What are you doing here?
Let me see if there's any focuses that might apply.
Athletics?
No, actually.
No. Said
You do have-
fitness, so
You do have one focus that applies, but it's not athletics.
okay. All right. So what am I rolling?
Fitness science difficulty 3. All right, drop this up here.
All right. I will take an extra die or one. Do I get an assist from the ship or anything?
Nope. This is you versus the universe.
Can
Okay.
Patterson assist?
This is L versus the universe.
Can L pray for him?
Patterson can pray all he wants, but that's what the
Can-
momentum helped with.
Can L's use of his wings help in any way, shape, or form?
Nope.
I roll this.
Do you wish to purchase additional dice with threat?
No. I'm gonna use my star cross.
To double your focus range? Okay.
What does double his focus do?
Pretty much makes it so you know how if his goal if he has a focus and goals on the same number of discipline.
Okay.
Yeah, like that makes it so if your goals.
So let's say I'd rolled a 9 instead of that 11 that I just rolled. That would have been 2 successes instead
Yeah.
of 1.
The
Oh, I see.
Starcross, yeah, Starcross is a medal, so instead of the normal focus range where you crit, in his case, 5 or under, if he activates Starcross, he'll crit on a 10 or under.
It's really good, especially if you're rolling 5 dice and on your discipline that you're best at, you can really bank in a lot of extra successes. It definitely comes in handy.
Cool.
All right, 2 extra momentum. As the weirdest sensation, and you kind of remember an odd deja vu moment of Patterson says a line, and I think these numbers are wrong, and then a couple minutes later you hear him say again, I think these numbers are wrong. Exact same tone. It is, and there's this weird shift in reality.
Was it kind of like a repeat of the same reality?
Not quite a repeat. It's not like a temporal loop. There was definitely things that changed. For example, the number he pointed out that was wrong is a different number, and
So
you moved
it's
on to a
more
different screen.
deja vu.
It was more of an extreme case of deja vu of. Yeah, it's an extreme case of deja vu, and you are remembering like 2 different events at the same time.
Okay, and what are those 2 events?
It is very parallel, so it's kind of hard to separate them, but you get the distinct feeling that there's a half step in reality, and you just took a step and didn't expect it.
Was it also like an aha moment at the same time?
It wasn't an aha moment. It was very disconcerting.
He'll look at Patterson and say that one more time.
The math here, or we must have dropped a decimal point, and it's wrong, but I corrected it.
Okay, so he doesn't say the exact same thing, right?
No, he just looks up and is okay. This is what I said. This, and I'm explaining why I said the thing.
Okay, so So L would recognize that there's a difference and just be like, okay, something happened, but let's just move forward anyways.
Yeah,
He's acknowledging something weird just happened, but he's gonna just move forward, ignoring it for right now.
okay. That's
So not so much ignoring it, but just
you're shelving it.
setting it aside because it doesn't really change what he's doing right now.
Actually, it might. Insight science difficulty 2.
Okay. Insight science difficulty 2. Would any of the focuses apply?
Research, yes. As there's something in the numbers that catches your eye.
And Patterson?
Patterson would not be able to assist with this as it is solely from your perspective. I will allow you to go back and buy additional dice with that since you didn't know if you were getting assistance.
Alright. Yeah, I'll buy one more.
Alright. With momentum?
Yeah.
Alright. You quickly look over the numbers and the target frequency you were going for was originally a I know how to write frequencies. The original target frequency that you remember was something along these lines, and now the target frequency is originally you were 3.215 3.21557 megahertz. And the target number, the big number that you circled and said this is where we need to get to, is 3.4187.
It's almost like a case of dyslexia.
Yeah, except that this is the answer in your school book, and you've checked the math and you circled it like this is where we need to go. But you distinctly remember it used to be the first number, but now it's the second number. But you also remember the original math leading to the second number and the first number.
Wait, the original math led us to both numbers?
You remember both tracks of math.
Okay. Got it.
You remember both tracks of math distinctly, but now it's distinctly settled on one. But the variance is 0.2-ish megahertz, so it's not a lot, but it's definitely noticeable. And someone with your science aptitude would notice that.
So pretty much he is dealing with a problem that's changing by the micron. If I'm understanding what you're saying.
Yeah, something shifted and changed the math on you. As you wrestle with that existential crisis, as you do have the plan ready if you want to go forward with changing the frequency of the sun, and we can set up extended task for that in a
what
moment.
Was the potential result of the overall simulation?
The overall result of the simulation, after you caught that weird shift in math, is it would be possible. It will take a while. It will take a lot of energy through your deflector dish, but you could get up close to the star and basically set up Nadion pulses is at target locations and also and basically scatter particles into the sun that would change its output frequency.
Message.
You're polluting the star to make it to get the frequency where you need it to. Meanwhile, on the planet, go down and one on momentum. SME, are you with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Excellent. As you're doing a final sweep through the system, through the town, there's 2 more critically injured people that you've had to beam up, but you managed to get them out. And there's only 2 people left in town. 2 crotchety old people, again in their 70s, who have basically boarded themselves up in their home. The old man is actually hammering boards across his door as you're approaching.
I'm gonna go up to them and be like, "Hey, actually, we need to go. There's going to be like a really, really big earthquake, and it might just tear everything in half. So we're trying to get everyone out. We'll come back if it's safe. It's just temporary. All you can do, just please come with me."
We don't need to leave. We've been here for 50 years. We're not abandoning our home. I buried my parents, in the graveyard outside.
I'm not saying that we're leaving the planet forever. We just want you up on our ship. We'll figure out what's happening, and then we'll stop it from happening, and then we can bring you back down.
We left the Federation so we wouldn't have to be forced off our planet.
No one's forcing you off the planet. We're just trying to be doing this for your safety. I promise, if we can give you back, then we'll bring you back.
And my brain just shifted in reality there for a second.
Oh.
You just had an L moment.
I just had an L moment.
Maybe we should both go see Dr. Bog.
That's not gonna help. Anyways, I'm not out abandoning this place. My father built this house when we landed. Do you even know what it means? Do you even know what it means to abandon your family home?
Yeah, many times actually. But that's not the important part. We're trying to just give you safe. We're trying to work it out so that we don't have to scrap the entire city. We want everyone to be able to go back home where they want to be. This is only for your personal safety.
Cool. As you say that, he's going to fire a phaser at the ground. Woo. just like a old hand phaser at the ground, and I'm
Yeah,
trying
just
to
like
find.
how close to my feet?
Let's see how this works. We'll just do it this way. Because I actually don't have a sheet for a crotchety old man.
Cross the old man sheet.
He's actually wide by about 8 feet.
Not very well.
Not
Okay.
not very well, but it was definitely aiming
Yeah.
in your general direction.
Right. All right. I don't want to start a fight. I'm just here to make sure you get to wherever you're going safely. I just wanted to give you the option. You don't have to come, but I would very much like it if you do come.
We're not listening to no Starfleet tyranny. Any response to that, or are you just walking away at this point?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah,
on the martial law
I'm just gonna repeat that it's an open proposal. They can come at any time. I'll give them the coordinates, and then I'll leave.
Give me a presence command and difficulty 2.
Okay.
I think I am more in range for a semi.
You would have heard the phaser shot. If you want to run and talk to a semi, or even get a semi over the comms, you can.
Yeah, I'll run over there and see what's going on.
I'll just go ahead and do my roll now. Yeah, I'll just roll.
Could I assist?
You could assist at this point.
Hey.
Once again, I will say, I am gonna say this city is a thing, and things can be replaced. Lives, on the other hand, cannot.
But these things are our lives, and you hear hushed conversation as the old couple begin debating with each other.
Say something about, don't you want to see your grandkids or your children?
Don't you want to see your family again?
Oof. At that, the phaser lances out again. This time, I'm cutting the boards from his front door, and the two of them walk out.
You. We're just going to be on our way. I promise. We're going to do as much as we can to make sure your home is safe.
I currently have someone who is trying to solve the constant earthquake problem to see if it's possible for the possible to prevent these from happening so often.
I suppose as if we started if we built this facility from our hull once, we can build another town elsewhere if need be.
Author, check Discord messages. Get a chance.
Yep, acknowledge. And with that, they slowly walk towards the evacuation site. Maldon or Calder and Asemi, is there anything else you want to do at the ground? You're probably in the last stages of evacuation, you figure.
I'm definitely going to order SME to be part of the face batch to transport back to make sure that you look at the arm correctly.
Oh yeah, my arm's still not good.
Yeah, your arm needs to be set properly.
Yep. So I guess I'll go like second to last or third to last when I rolled that transfer would be. I would probably go on like a shuttle. I would not do anything priority or anything because it's a dislocated arm. It's something you can fix.
Yeah, I pretty much order you to just take the next transport out.
Okay.
You are so ordered. Maldon, you manage to help organize people as best you can. You have goods and cargo being loaded onto new shuttles, and you're properly tagging them to the proper owners, and you're arranging people and transport circles and beaming them up to the Svalinn as needed. There's 3 children who are going to be taking shuttles with their mothers, just so we can assuage them from being transported, because these kids have never seen a transporter before, and it's kind of intimidating if you're under 5.
Okay.
But that whole situation seems to have sorted itself out.
Okay.
Any last minute things to do before dust off?
Oh, well, I would say that I'd be wanting to double check, but if I did double check, it'd be very, very quick because I want to get stuff off the planet before another earthquake starts incapacitating pilots and personnel.
So one last run through the village.
Oh,
Check
very quickly.
Okay. Very, very quick run. Insight, security. Difficulty 2, but complication 3, based on how quickly you are just darting through the village, shouting at people.
Insight science. Difficult. Insight. Science.
Wait, science? That's supposed to be security. My bad.
Oh, joy. I love security.
Asemi has met up on the has met up with the group now, so the 2 of you could do this together.
What's Asemi's security and insight? Maybe I should assist her, perhaps?
The insight and security is 14.
Yes.
Sammy should do it, and I should assist.
Okay, I can do that.
Yep.
Because I'm probably back on the ship at this point.
You're back at the rally point.
I'm back.
Yep.
I'm back at the meeting point. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So I can do that.
I gotcha. Oh no! Oh, that's even the wrong dice. So, go ahead and reset up and roll again.
For some reason it
didn't update it. Yeah.
Exit my character sheet. It didn't want to update, so I'll just fix it. I'll just close out and then come back. So we are insight security. There we go.
and Maldon for the assist as you gain one momentum. Literally just running through the village, shouting for people, tricorders are out, scanning for life signs, and you are fairly certain you got everyone. And you run back to the site. The last group of people is transported up as Starfleet personnel is getting on the shuttles and battening down on the hatches. Is Maldon and Asemi, you are about 20 feet away from the shuttlecraft when another shake happens in the ground.
This is going to be fantastic.
There's a slight shift, a rumble in the ground as the ground starts shifting and rolling underneath you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are all the civilians out?
All the civilians are out. It is just your crew. There's some civilians on the shuttle, but that has already taken off. We just have like 3 shuttles left on the ground. And this is just the pre-tremors of a quake at this point.
Okay, I think I'm going to order the shuttles to lift now and do a emergency beam in for everyone who can't reach a shuttle.
Oof, that's gonna be fun for people. Presence command.
I mean, aren't the
there's probably some smattering of Starfleet personnel. Let's actually see here. There are 8 Starfleet personnel plus Asemi and Maldon whose boots are on the ground.
Okay, yeah, that is definitely good enough to have them do a emergency beam out.
Okay. First things first. Presence command. Difficulty 2, complication 2, because of the emergency situation of do this now.
Okay, I will take a threat, so I have the bold activated.
1 threat for bold.
Mm-hmm. I'm wiggling that 0.
Nice. That's 2 momentum generated. You are probably standing over a pilot's shoulder, or looking out. You see the ground shaking, and you're just like, go, go, go. Oh. As Asemi, Ian, Maldon, and the rest of the Starfleet officers feel the ground start shaking, and the shuttles just batten hatches and lift off the ground. 30 seconds later, the Svalinn gets the call for an emergency beam out. Unfortunately, someone on the Svalinn is gonna have to make a roll.
Can I, before this end, use my Medal of Honor to give a advantage to the beam out?
Yes, I will say a for the Medal of Honor, or you have an advantage on the beam out.
Okay, so let's activate left.
Center. Yeah, right on. All right, control engineering. Difficulty E3 because as they're not on pads, but we're just pulling them straight up and placing them on pads. Complication 2 because of the time crunch.
Let's make that difficulty 2 with the advantage.
Okay. Diff 2 with advantage.
Take a threat for bold.
It's actually diff 1 with if your advanced sensors.
Yeah, okay.
And 1 threat for bold.
Yep.
And all the Starfleet officers on the ground kind of hear this plan of like, okay, hey, dust off now, beam them up. So, they're closing the hatches, but you kind of hope, okay, please beam us up. Slight moment of panic there.
Okay. So
And
that is going to be 2 more momentum.
And the ship roll.
Oh yeah, give me a minute to find. Did someone have the ship?
Sensors engineering.
I did.
first.
I did. Sensors engineering. I got it.
Sweet.
Boom shakalaka.
Nice. As Assembly Maldon and 8 other officers are caught outside, the shuttles batten the hatches as dust off right away as the ground starts shaking harder and harder. You hear over the comms, Commander Calder are yelling for a dust off and emergency beam out, and there's probably mixed emotions of, oh god, did the captain just abandon us? Or okay, beam out. Where's the beam out? As the shaking gets worse and worse. Until finally...
I mean, we have enough transporters for everyone to be beamed out simultaneously.
Yep, everyone's beamed up simultaneously. It was just a factor of communicating that to the ship and the guy guy locking onto the comm badges, because they're not in a tight cluster, or they're kind of scattered across this field. So you had to tie that in.
It takes a bit longer if you're to coordinate such a beam out rather than beaming them out in groups. You have to lock on each one individually.
Yeah, there was a moment of tension there, just to sweat it out, for dramatic purposes, of course. But Maldon, Assemi, and the 8 other officers, 2 of them are in another transporter room. Actually, 4 of them. Safely beamed aboard the ship, and you are on steady ground. As the shuttles take off from the surface, as Calder, you look out the window and you see giant ripples in the ground, as the ground is swelling a meter up and a meter down. And off on the horizon, and cracks in the crust jet at open, and blue hot plasma soars into the sky as this core is superheating.
Okay, so I feel like this planet is Fubar.
Do you think planets can go into warp meltdown?
I think it is. And I don't think we should be this close.
Or breach.
Yeah, because in warp core breaches is you roll 3 plus your scale, but what's the scale of a planet?
Oh no.
Maybe still 20, so yeah, like I definitely believe this planet is Fubar.
L still has his theory.
Well, L's heading towards the XO's office, but I think we should give Dr. Bog another chance at the extended test first.
Good point.
Yeah, because we kind of left him out of screen a bit too long.
I'm okay.
Yep. You did have one float out off of that beam-in roll. Did you want to use that for an advantage, or?
I don't know. I think I'll let you decide on that.
All right. And new scene as Doctor, you're in the middle of this meatball surgery. We now have a control medicine difficulty 2 task this time. You do have the advantage of the sick bay, and all the tools of the trade.
Okay. Let's see here. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and this Starfleet citation for conspicuous gallantry. Once per mission, when the character pays for an immediate momentum spend of any kind by adding to threat, they may roll one chevron per point of threat added. For each effect rolled, one of the points just added to the threat is removed immediately. Now, does that mean that I have to get chevrons to remove the threat?
Yes, in this case, you want chevron. So if you want to buy up all the way to 5 dice, you can and throw me 6 threat, and you roll 6 challenge dice, and for every 1 chevron, I do not get that threat.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a gamble, but it could be good if you're teeing up for a difficult roll and there's no momentum available. And you can use that
there
to...
is momentum available. That's
Yep.
But I've got 5 out of 18 done.
Yeah, 5 out of 18 done, and you got one magnitude done.
What's the magnitude mean?
How many breakthroughs you need to get? So you're 1 out of 3 breakthroughs altogether.
Okay.
And because you did a breakthrough, that decreases the difficulty by 1, unless it's already been calculated on there.
Okay. I think if you guys are all right with it, I think I'd like to try this this citation here, and go ahead and go for the 5 dice, which would be 6 threat. Is that right?
Yep.
And so what do I roll first? The challenge dice?
Roll the 6 challenge dice.
Okay. Oh, that sucks. Well, 3 of them come back.
That is... Yeah, 3 of them come back, so you can roll up to 5 dice, and I only got 3 threat off that.
Okay. Well, no whammies.
Oh.
Okay. I'll go ahead and... Is it 2 momentum to quash those complications, or did 4?
It's 4 total. It's 2 per.
I'll tell you what. Can I burn the drive to heal and save lives for a reroll? For a value, or is that how? Can I do that?
A possibility. Can Bold work because he kind of used to that?
You do have 1 bold reroll.
Okay.
So
well, I'll do that first.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oof.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
Can I give Bog a determination?
Wait, that last one's a 19.
Yeah, that's a 19. So that is not a critical fail.
Why is it showing up as a critical?
Yeah, so,
Because you probably have
because...
conference on still.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So that would be just 1. I just have the 1, which then I could squash with 2 momentum, right?
Yep. And
Correct.
you also
Okay.
have the ship assisting with computer's medicine.
Wow, that was a disaster.
I mean, you made two crit fails to just 1 crit fail.
Yeah, but I was hoping that would work out a little more than successes than what it did.
Yeah,
But
that's
on
at least
the
one
red
extra.
side, yeah. Also with the ship, you do. I forgot.
Now,
Yeah,
We're
it's-
kind of good.
now he's got to roll work track.
Yep.
Work
So
dice.
7 challenge dice.
Okay.
As
Is
you
it always 7 when you're doing a work track?
It is 2 plus the discipline, and you're using. So it's base 2, and you add your discipline into the total number of challenge dice you roll. So for your mezzing and task, it's always 7.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's good.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's what I was looking for on that other one.
Yeah, that would
Um,
have. All right, so that is 6 total. Oh, against resistance, and it's 2 because your nurses are helping and put down the resistance, and some of the resistance is he's just an old man, and he has damage over the years that is not working for him. But your nurses are helping and keep that under control. Oh, to
Got
keep that
fragile
resistance
systems.
down.
I get it.
Yep. All right. So that is. All right. So that is 4 or work after a resistance. You can do 1 more. You can do additional work with 1 momentum to make it 5 work total, or 1 momentum to make those chevrons into piercing to ignore the resistance.
I don't know enough about the rules yet to know what's the most advantageous on that. I'm guessing to get 1 more work, so I get a breakthrough.
Honestly, in generally speaking, with the challenge dice with combat, you would probably want to do break through the resistance. But since you're only a one-off, you might as well just do it to add 1 to work, and you still accomplish the breakthrough. So it doesn't really matter either way which way you want it to apply it at all.
All right, I'll apply it to work.
Also,
Okay.
have we been adding a bog? Well, the advantage from last game for bog. towards
Yes, that
Bob?
was calculated into the extended task.
Okay.
So would have originally have been a difficulty 4.
Yep.
Okay, so where am I at now?
No, +1. All right, so we have our second breakthrough. We're at breakthrough 2 out of 3. We have 10 out of 18 work.
Okay.
And we're now down to a diff 1. And at this point, you manage to remove the bones from places that they are not supposed to be, and you manage to handle most of the internal bleeding. And now we're working on setting in the broken bones in the limbs and sewing him back up.
Okay.
So you're kind of working your way in and healed him and from the inside out. I'm assuming
Okay,
that's the correct order to do that.
I'll go ahead and spend threat to get it bold. Extra dice there.
1 threat for bold.
And I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 momentum to go ahead and get another dice there.
Okay.
Oh, better.
That is much better.
And then the ship is computer's medicine.
Correct. So that is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 on difficulty 1. So all the float this time. As after your last roll of almost losing him, and you bounce back, and now you're finally getting ahead of the tissue damage.
Okay.
And now for for the work dice. The 7 challenge dice.
There we go.
1, 2, 6, 7. Seven minus 2 for the resistance. That's at least 5. And that fills up the. Yep. So that fills up the extended task. As it's now, just 3 work left.
Well, it should only be 1 work left.
It's resistance 2.
Oh, okay.
So, you can either do 1 more or roll. And yeah, you can either take the safe and do 1 entire roll, or you could just throw 3 momentum at this task and sew him up and he'll be fine.
Well, you could actually do it in 2 momentum. 1 against the resistance and 1 towards work. Boom, done.
Yeah, actually, that math would work out.
Yeah, like he said.
All right. 1 momentum to pierce through the work, and another pierce through the resistance. Another one for extra work. As this man, battered, bruised, as you pulled him and back from the brink of death, and he is going to live. Probably going to be unconscious as for the next day or so, unless you really want to talk to him.
I don't talk to him.
Yep. The rest of the medical emergencies are taken care of well and fine, as you get the report that Lieutenant Asemi is on board and also has a hastily reset dislocated shoulder.
I need to reset somebody's shoulder, you say?
Yep. Lieutenant Asemi.
It's mine.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
You got your check a bug.
All right. Yep. Lieutenant, up on the table for me.
Yeah. It climbs up. I actually think this is the first time I'm in your medical bay, Doctor.
Yep.
Probably should have been something else before we did this.
Well, that's all right. It happens, and just try
this
to keep
is also
this from happening too often.
and also Asemi, this is like minutes after your emergency beam out.
Yeah.
So.
So I have elevated blood pressure and other stuff too.
Surprisingly, I don't think that blood pressure is an issue because she's been in basically fight mode since she was 11, so it's good.
Well, heartbeat then, heart rate.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you need me to roll up on this one?
To properly reset the shoulder, it was basically a hasty job done before, but
I had to save the mayor's life.
Who set the shoulder beforehand?
I did.
You set this on your own, Lieutenant?
I had to. The mayor was trapped under some rubble, and no one else was capable enough to lift it off.
It's really not a half bad job here.
I have some practice with combat medicine.
Good. It's good to know that.
Sounds like Doctor's going to have a new field medic soon.
Yeah. The complication is because
That 3 medicine.
Yeah, the complication is because she said it herself, and it works, but now you kind of have to undo what she did and redo it properly.
Okay. I'll give her something to kind of numb the shoulder, so she's not going to feel all this manipulation to get that back in the joint, right? Like to go ahead and spend a threat for a bold there,
All right.
and this is kind of a stretch, but I'm going to see if I can pull it off. Can I use the values friendship to basically, I'm really concentrating to make sure this goes well in order to try to build a relationship here with this new crewman?
Didn't you already use the determination early in the game?
I did. Is it you're only allowed one a game?
Yeah, it's only one in a game unless you're going back and
Convert
pulling on a
milestone.
normal milestone.
Well, I can do that. I absolutely can. I've got one where I helped a kid in a ravine that had fallen, and I think he had a shoulder injury too.
He did have a shoulder injury. If you would like, you can cross off that normal milestone and lower your normal milestone count by 1, and you can draw upon that experience to push through this.
Okay.
You could actually do that to make the roll automatically and just say it's done, or if you want to roll to get get extra momentum.
Oh, hang on. This says somebody's typed used beside that. I don't recall using that one, but okay. It's got used typed behind it. I don't recall doing that, but
I don't
must
recall
have
that
already
either. So
You might have accidentally put the.
I
that
did. I put it on the wrong one. I put it with the challenge. It was supposed to be with the challenge coin.
yep,
Oh, I'll get that corrected. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
yeah, that's fine.
fine.
All right.
And
So yeah, I just I'll go without rolling. I'm good with that.
okay. You can successfully do that.
Okay. While I'm working on the shoulder and getting it set, because sometimes it takes a little bit of manipulation to get that right. It's not just not always just a quick snap. I'll just be kind of discussing with the lieutenant, just, sorry I haven't got around to getting you in for your onboarding physical. While I've got you here and I'm working on this, is there anything that I should make note of in your file that I need to be aware of? Any concerns about allergies or things like that if I ever have to, work on you, you're not able to talk to me?
I don't have any allergies as far as I know. At least not, ones I've been interacted with yet. I can't say for new planets or anything like that. But I did have some malnourishment when I was a kid, so the bones aren't all the way sometimes, which is why I probably dislocated the shoulder, to be honest. But mostly I'm pretty good.
Okay. Fantastic. You're always welcome in my office. And if there's anything that comes up, let me know. Other than that, here we go. Give it a good tug and set it in place, and it's going to be sore for a couple of days. If you'd like, I can give you something to kind of ease that pain and kind of keep the shoulder loosened up for you.
It's okay. I've had worse.
All right. Other than that, it's good to meet you, Lieutenant, and
It's good to meet you too, Doctor.
Let's try to keep our contacts here minimal. I'd rather see you in the mess.
We'll try to keep it as professional and not as on the job as we can.
Sounds good. Take care, Lieutenant.
Yep. I guess after it's set, I'll just go up to the bridge because, you might need some security up on the bridge just to be like, yeah, we could fire phasers or something.
Yep. All the personnel L is squared away. The civilians are in temporary quarters and in a cargo bay just to set up their goods, and that's all been taken care of. And yeah, everyone is on the ship. Calder, where would you be heading at this point?
To see the status of L.
Funny enough, L is looking for you. As you head up to the bridge, L, you are on your way to the captain's ready room to drop off the report, and you hear the door open, turn around, and there's the commander.
Commander, can I see you in your ready room?
Okay.
And L brought with him a bottle of Aurelian L for you.
I only thank you for the second bottle.
He does have a pad with him.
Okay, I would like to figure out. Like, I imagine that through the window you see the planet that in his eyes is on the verge of being foobarred.
You could definitely see the planet behind you. It doesn't look like much, but if you squint your eyes and look really closely, you see a glowing blue cracks across the surface of the continent, and there's some places in the ocean that are just billowing clouds appearing in the middle of the ocean.
I don't think M-class planets are supposed to do that.
Nope, they are not supposed to do that. In fact, I would rather try to put a stop to it sooner, because if this continues for about another hour or more, I may not be able to. But I have a plan. If you want, I can go ahead and put it into action. But I think we can do it. It's just I gotta get started right away.
Okay, let's hope that. I imagine you all explain that this is pretty much
Out of character, there's something.
Almost warp theory.
Out of character, there's something he's not quite telling you.
Oh, you're
I'm gonna
skipping that
insight
part.
that. Let me
so
insight him.
Okay. How hard are you looking into this? No, that's a bad way of putting this. Yeah. Let's just have a roll off.
Wouldn't this? Yeah, like wouldn't a play inciting play just be a
Why did he bring you
contested
to
roll?
hell? First of all, let's put it that way.
I'm still good in society pretty much, but you're not telling me something, aren't you?
Just he's rolling to see if the hunch of are you hiding something, if that is something he can act upon. So, L, how hard are you trying to hide the glitch in the matrix you had?
That's not actually what he's trying to hide, but
what are you trying to hide?
You check messages?
I think I'd be.
Oh,
like
okay. That's a proposed complication. Is that what you're going for?
If it's
Yeah, just more in fear of that information might upset the captain a little bit.
Okay.
Okay,
with something
let's-
like that, I'm going to set this difficulty, Insight Command difficulty 3.
I will spend a you know what, a momentum for a third dice.
Okay.
Okay, so
Uh,
it's presence command, or is it supposed to be insight command?
It's supposed to be Insight Command. So what's your insight?
Oh, you rolled a 19, so it wouldn't have changed.
Yeah, so no, yeah, still 2 successes.
Do you have a reroll for that?
If I spent threat, but I spent a momentum.
Yeah, this seems above board. And because of that action, and I'm gonna generate two threat based on information and being withheld. But he explains the plan, and this seems like it will work. It'll be dangerous. It'll be another extended task.
I feel it's the same. This will this be the equivalent of a warp core explosion?
If I
but
don't get to
planet
work,
size.
if I don't get to work on it like right now, yes.
Okay, make it so. I'll tell Meltdown to get his finger over the warp button.
And it wouldn't hurt to send a couple engineers to help.
Good thing we already have left activated.
All right. L will take a quick exit. Like, he's practically running across the bridge to get to the turbo lift.
All right. Maldone, you get back to the ship. Where would you be heading at this time? Ship still at yellow alert.
I mean, I'm still not cleared to fly anything, so that's like most of my usefulness gone.
You could talk to the doctor about that.
Sure, let's see if we can get a doctor to fix that any better.
You want to leave your trip early?
As after you reset at a semi shoulder and tell her about the physical therapy, a Dr. Bog, Maldone steps in.
Hey, what can I do
Hit
for
my
you?
head, Doc.
You hit your head.
Yeah. I had someone look at me down planet side back during one of the quakes that we were down there for, but I'm hoping that maybe we can clear me for flying sooner rather than later.
Well, let's take a quick look.
Can I say this quick thing above game?
Yes.
Game, the medical crew did kind of give him medication, and he was a bit before high, well, on cloud 9.
Yeah, basically
Sounds good.
what happened and was as a nurse rolled to give him medication for a concussion, and they didn't have the right medication, so they just kind of slapdash what they did. And so they gave Maldone a shot, but because of the interaction of that shot, they recommend that he doesn't fly or operate heavy machinery for the next 6 hours.
Fantastic. Well,
However, with the modern miracle of 24th century science, you might be able to make a concoction that could reverse the effects without doing any further harm.
well, often there's a medication that you can use to basically counteract or back up the medicine that was given, essentially reverse it, and then give the proper one. So that's basically what I'm going to look to do, is just use the agent that will negate what is currently being used and properly apply the good stuff. So, what'll it be, Doc?
Control medicine difficulty 2.
Okay. And I've got the ship's computers helping me, right?
Yep, the ship's computers can help you give you an entire write-up of all the medications and how they interact.
I forgot about this earlier. I've got technical expertise. And I'll go ahead and spend a momentum for an extra dice.
Okay.
Ooh. I am definitely going to re-roll that. Go.
You still have your complication range up. Your complications should be normal.
I do?
Yep. But that will work. You generate 2 momentum as Dr. Bog hits you with one hyper spray and then another hyper spray, and the vague fog across your head, it clears. You feel a lot better.
I'll do the standard kind of watch my finger, check his pupils, make sure there's no blown pupil, and that might be some indicating something more serious than just a concussion, and just give him a quick once over, and if I don't see anything that's disturbing, I'm going to clear him for duty.
Everything looks good.
Okay. Lieutenant Alden, I believe you can head back to work.
Excellent. Thank you, Doctor.
No more slacking for you today.
What a shame. Guess they'll just have to put me in the Delta 2. You'd make up for lost time.
We're definitely going for another ride with that thing.
I'll head on back, see if I can get if there's anything left to be done that's actually flying. If not, I'll head to the bridge and await the captain's orders for moving the ship.
Okay, you head back, and indeed, there's going to be some tricking flying ahead of you, as basically the plan that L has proposed is to fly close to the star and drop special torpedoes into the coronosphere and try to get them deep into the star to scatter particles into it.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah, just a little dive into the sun. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll score a teen.
All right. That is the plan, and Captain is on the bridge, and Maldone is still in the sick bay. We'll catch up on him later, but actually move to interior. All right, Maldon, Asemi, and Maldon, Asemi, L, and Calder on the bridge. Doctor, at this point, everyone is stable in recovery, including Maddox. And we have Leaf in engineering and Patterson in the science labs.
Where'd my sick bay tile go? Green box now.
Should be a full boxer.
All I see is a green box.
Huh.
Same with the transporter room.
Yeah, look like those two images are on a different layer.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Fine here.
Looks fine on my end, but okay.
The word sickbay isn't there. Oh, that sickbay just moved a little bit. Yeah, it's just missing the word sickbay. That's all.
Oh well. Roll20 is being weird. But, everyone's in positions. Any last minute preparations?
Nope.
L?
Make sure everyone knows to fasten their seatbelts.
Yeah, and we're preparing to warp out and warn them that. I think we should also warn the civilian mass that the planet is on the verge of exploding.
Do you want to give them that news now?
You might want to see it, wait if we see it or not, and then talk to them.
I mean, I feel like he'll have a more sour reaction knowing that we kind of withheld this information from him. Like
Okay.
if
how do you go about informing them? Do you want to go down to the cargo bay or just calm them, or do you just want to send a liaison down there to inform them?
no, I'll talk to them face to face. But you want I'll talk. I'll actually call the like if the mayor can know that the mayor's kind of is unconscious.
Yep, the mayor is unconscious at this point.
Who is next in line of leadership?
It's really unofficial, but the civic engineer Grawl Thrash.
Okay, girl. I feel like if I recall, he was also like, this place is definitely not safe for living. If I'm correct.
Yep, he was agreeing that this was a place that needed to go.
Yeah, I'll explain what's happening and well, call him to the ready room and tell him about this but saying you are the pretty much the closest person to take over the mayor's goal.
So you want me to tell
And
you want me to tell my people that we're not coming home?
No, well, we're going to attempt to fix the sun, but
Do you tell them how
at least
soon we're going to make the attempt?
to say that
I
again.
said, you tell them how soon we're going to try to make this attempt.
Yeah, like we'll tell him. I'm telling him when we're doing this attempt, and if we fail, it's gonna be a close call to.
Like when L came to you, he tried to like emphasize a real sense of urgency. Like, I gotta do this. I gotta go. I gotta do this now. We
Yeah.
gotta do. We don't have time.
The captain's talking to him, and in the background, you are putting the final stages, and we are on our way to the star as we speak.
Yeah, like.
That
no
mechanician.
way
That mechanician is already in motion. So this is a sidebar from that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go quickly tell him that the plan's on the verge of tearing itself apart. So in a quick image of those blue vents coming out of the planet to show the damages and to tell your people to if we fail to prepare them for the worst.
He looks at the images and go, by the 8, that is, I mean, that's impressive, but terrifying at the same time.
Understand? Yeah, that. Yeah, kind of the same reaction, but yeah, like we are pretty much pulling a pretty intense gamble to save your home and make it more habitable.
Well, I appreciate the efforts. Do we have any idea, what exactly was causing the earthquakes? I mean, why are we going to the star?
Apparently, your core has a high content of dilithium.
Wait, what? Our sensors didn't show anything like that when we surveyed the planet.
I'll push a button and show the scans that we took that show the lithium core.
Again, nod of appreciation and impressive whistle. Dang, that could power Starfleet for 100 years, maybe 300 years.
Yeah, and apparently the sun's bringing out this radiation that's kind of causing some form of warp effect, and we're kind of assuming that this is what's happening to the planet currently is the equivalent of a warp core breach. And I think you could understand how big of
Oh no, it's the start of the burn.
What were you saying, in Commander? You kind of cut off there.
Sorry, just yeah, pretty much. We don't know how bad this is gonna happen, but if we fail, we have to run like a bat of hell.
Well, I trust you and your crew to do what you can to save our home, and sparing that, you at least saved our lives.
I know. I just don't want. Like, I'm hoping for your your help, like in case we failed to prevent a riot on the starship?
I will do what I can. I'm in agreement with you here, sir. So, if push comes to shove and you need to deliver bad news, give it to me first, and I'll soften the blow as best I can.
Thank you.
And pretty much, you can use him as an NPC to either support or lead the role to break the bad news should it come to that.
Okay.
Now for the fun part. Let's shift the music here.
Okay. Yeah, Al, you currently have the assistance of Patterson and Left.
Commander Calder, would you like to increase alert status from yellow?
Black.
That's if we have a spore drive, and we don't have those.
Spore drives are dangerous. I mean, they tried it like 150 years ago, but dang, that went horribly wrong. But all right, we're kind of doing combat turns. It's basically, hey, I'm just gonna go around the bridge, and everyone's going to have one roll that will help assist in a task. And starting with the captain, we are about 2 minutes out from the star.
I'll command and try to efficiently manage my crew to do this.
I blew my nose just as you were talking, GM.
Yep.
I thought in my ear, I heard, "You're on your way to the Death Star," and I'm like, "What? Wait, when did we switch franchises?"
The planet's not only artificial, the sun is artificial.
That's no sun. That's a space station.
Lock Aspirals into attack position.
Not wrong.
The fact that I've got old ears probably didn't help either, but
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
Captain,
fine.
we're caught in a tractor beam.
That music a bit loud. Let's turn that down a bit. Background music, not foreground music. All right, as Commander Calder.
Okay. Someone will go for the ship. I'll do my own goal. I'll take a threat GM so I activate bold.
Okay. And do you have a focus for this?
Leadership.
Always works. All right. You have the ship's hail. You may give a little speech.
Well, more. I'm just commanding it, and I will be doing a speech to do this.
Yep. Okay. But we do have 2 extra momentum, and that counts as 1 advantage, as the rest of the crew is tied in and everyone's on deck and ready to go, Commander. You do have 1 float. Would you like to use that for something?
What can I do to assist another person with 1 momentum? Can I pass it to give the next check an extra dice?
how about create an advantage that
Yeah, we need it.
Maldon has the exact force that he needs to cut across the sun for the dispersion of the torpedoes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll give a advantage to the next check.
Or an advantage to help with the extended task.
This is kind of the
Another
extended
good idea.
task. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah, well-
doing one extended task. We're doing a bunch of tasks strung together.
Okay.
You're doing combat against the star.
Beautiful.
I wasn't wrong. It is a Death Star.
We're about to experience the full strength of a neutron star.
All right. Next up, Maldon. You have a flight path before you. You have this keyed up. It's now time. I'm to fly.
All right.
Da-da. No, just like those two. As we have Control Con, difficulty 4, complication 2. Because you have to fly really close to the star. You're going
All right.
below the deck, as they say.
We'll take some threat and some momentum to bump that up.
How much of each?
Quick question. Did you modify what the task roll was based on those two advantages? Is that already taken into account?
That is not taken into the account. This is the raw one. So, there's advantages you could apply to this.
Okay.
I feel like double diff might be the most helpful.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't have to push it up to 5 dice with that either.
Okay, so maybe a diff 2?
I would feel confident with a I'd feel confident with a 4 dice. And we can just spend one threat and then 2 momentum for that.
Yeah. Also, quick reminder, Maldon, you do have a medal of honor, so you do also have that.
Right. Okay, I am ready.
All right. Are you buying additional dice?
Yeah, one with threat to spending 1 threat, getting an additional dice, and then 2 momentum to get dice.
Okay. And we're using the advantages to push the difficulty to 2?
Correct.
And complication is still 2?
Correct.
All right. And the ship roll. Engine con.
I got the ship.
Excellent. That is 2 extra momentum. And would you like to use your Medal of Honor to get 2 more float?
Maldon also gets a bonus in his momentum because of all fingers and thumb.
All things are done. Yes. All right. So we're back up to 6 momentum as you bring this Svalinn really close and onto the flight path. Would you like to create any advantages or
Best possible positioning.
How many floats are there?
there's no floats at the moment unless you want to burn your metal to would you like to use your metal to gain 2 float to make an advantage?
I mean, if he combines the metal, the bonus from fingers and thumbs, and just spend 1, he could do 2 advantage if he wanted to.
Yeah, we could. That's a thing.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
All right, so 1 advantage, best possible position. And second advantage, escape path, escape velocity.
Yeah, let's go with that.
That makes sense. As you got yourself in the best possible position, but you also have an escape vector lined out, so if things get too hot, literally, you can pull out pretty darn quick. Meanwhile,
Have we considered adding a metaphasic shield?
I was getting there, actually. Is that everything, Maldon?
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Bog, you have
Yeah.
been informed that we are diving into the coronosphere of a star, which is generally not healthy to squishy organic meat bags. So, you are going to have to dish out anti-rad medication to the entire crew.
Okay, I probably. I mean, would I have been aware that this was the plan ahead of time? Also.
Yes, you would have. Yeah, I'm kind of backtracking a little bit. I'm like, the doctor could get involved in this.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So I would have been working on this while the captain was breaking the bad news to the citizen of the planet today.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that your planet's going to be here in another 5 minutes, but we're going to give it a go.
Yeah, I'm retroactively adding you in because, like, oh yeah, there is a task the doctor could do to help out.
Yep. So
Radiation.
I'll get my,
That's a thing.
I'll get my
If he
staff
wants a
to help.
message from Elle, I'll give him a quick message.
Yeah, Dr. Bach, you would have been made aware that diving to the sun is required at this point.
Okay. Yep. We'll start. I'll get my nursing staff out, and we'll be going room to room, basically getting everybody done. Is that going to be like a presence kind of deal? Or?
Yeah, it would be presence medicine, but you could get some help with the ship. Presence medicine difficulty 3 and communication medicine, as you are literally over the comms. Basically giving a standard radiation warning incoming. Please see the nearest medical staff for anti-radiation treatments.
Yeah. Could I? Okay. All right. So I'm going to say that this, I guess this is kind of an emergency medicine kind of stuff.
I'll count this as emergency
Or
medicine.
focused?
Yep.
Okay. And my present is not that hot. I'll go ahead and spend a threat to get bold. And difficulty 3, huh?
Yep, just
that
to
means
Yep, that
Okay.
is basically very quickly setting up an inoculation in schedule. You've done these things before. It's just trying to get it all organized and make sure that you don't double hit someone. And you
now-
definitely don't skip someone.
In a previous way back, I actually used a value twice in a row on a thing. What does that do? And I actually ended up burning it completely and had to come up with a new one after the third try.
Oh,
What-
challenging a value.
Yes.
Okay.
That is a way to get a determination. Another way is to go back through your normal milestones and think about a previous episode where you've done something similar and call that to get a determination.
Right. Well, I'd say that if I haven't used it where I had to come up with a vaccine for Kovac, where I had to inoculate everybody.
Yeah, that is
Or here we go. Improvisation under pressure, develop an anti-pheromone injection against Orion pheromones. I had to do that on the fly.
You did have to do that on the fly. That would be applicable.
Okay. So I'll use that one.
Okay, so burning that milestone, and you get 1 point of determination. And you're just applying that to auto hit?
Yeah.
All right.
And
Already rolling 3 dice.
no, I'm gonna have to come back. I'm trying to get to it where I could mark that off, but okay. Back for you. All right, so we go. Oh, man, I had nothing to be nervous about.
Yeah, as the crew is going to be safe from radiation for the next 3 years.
That's enough to create an advantage, isn't it?
7, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 on difficulty 3. So yeah, that is 6 momentum generated. So you have 4 float.
Okay, so I'm going to use 2 to create the advantage that basically it was done so efficiently that it is not going to disrupt the operations that are going on as far as to save the star at all. In fact, it was so seamless that it just that it doesn't interrupt them at all. So there can't be any difficulty added to the task for this. Okay.
Yep, efficient inoculation, and your nursing staff, your medical staff is in and out. No one has to even move. They're just hypospraying down the line. No one even has to get up from their console.
And then can I use the other 2 to basically the crew, and mainly I'm talking about Maldon and anybody else that's involved in this, the efficiency and the care and the basically just how well it was done inspired them in some way to kind of bring out the best in them where they have an advantage on their next task. It's like basically, you see your team kicking butt and taking names, and you're like, yes, we got this. We got this. Let's go.
Yep, I'll allow that. It's like a morale boost is from the medical staff. Like, you guys are doing good. You did your job well. Now it's my turn to do our job well.
Yeah, while they're giving the shot that, hey, you got nothing to worry about. We got you covered. Don't be concerned about radiation. Just get your job done. Kind of thing.
I definitely gotta give you props for that advantage.
That's a good advantage. All right. Meanwhile, Asemi, we are now in position, and it is time to start dispersing the torpedoes. Well, they're not torpedoes, they're probes, but it uses the same control system.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to...
Spending threat. Spending quite a bit there. 4.
Control security, difficulty 4, are assisted by weapons science. And it's complication 3. But you have a whole list of advantages is that we can push on.
Right.
Yep. So we have one advantage that you are in the best position, and then you have two advantages is from the inoculation as medical staff is running through and giving hypos to everyone as the sun is looming on the horizon.
Right. Advantage is
So basically, you use the difficulty or the complication from
Yeah.
each.
advantage. Is it like So we could make the difficulty 2. What you're saying, right?
You have,
Okay, we'll do
you
that.
can apply.
And then
Yeah, you can
I'll
apply that
buy
advantage.
another dice.
All right, so we're making this diff 2 with the
Yep,
morale
And then
boost
I'm buying
and
a
the
dice with momentum.
how many dice?
Right. And then I'm buying just the one.
1 dice of momentum.
Whoop. Can
Semi,
I
have you used
reroll?
determination yet?
Do you have a determination?
I used it last time.
This is a different episode.
I used it last time. So I can do it. Let's do it. With gold security,
Awesome.
I think
Didn't
that would
you
be
say
right,
you were buying a dice?
No, it would be
You only rolled 2.
And that was insight security. Okay, so let's take a
right.
step back.
I would roll 2 here. For some
there's-
reason, it doesn't want to be controlled, even though it's selecting control.
Okay.
That's the correct dice, but it's not the correct things. Those would it's still a failure. It's still the 2, and then I'm re-rolling. Determination.
Okay, to what value? What value are you calling upon to push you through this moment?
Faith in the prophets. If it's gonna work, it's gonna work.
If there's any time to be religious, now would be it.
Right, so I'm gonna re-roll those 2. There we go.
All right,
Prophets don't fail me now.
and with the difficulty 2 brought down by the ship, as you fire the first spread of probes and they don't work. In fact, they actually get caught up in a vortex from the star and swinging up and out of orbit, and you're like, no, curses! But deep breath, center yourself, faith in the prophets, and you realign your firing solution. And you caught up from that, and the probes are in position. You gained 1 momentum off that. Would you like to create any advantages? You can create advantages by spending 2 momentum, and that will set up your fellow players for a position.
Yeah, I probably would. Or because we would need the probes to modulate the sun, correct? Or
Yep.
whatever we're doing with the sun. So we can do that. So I'll burn the 2 and do that and give it an
We're
advantage.
changing the overall EM band of the sun.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's just a simple thing. Advantage, probes are in perfect position. In fact, they're in such a good position and that you might be able to do this with less probes, so you have extra probes as backup.
Cool.
But as the probes go in, doop, and there's an eruption from the a star as the probes pierce There's the surface as a prominence jets up and rockets and rocks the side of your ship. I need everyone on screen to give me a fitness security difficulty 2 as you are thrown from your chairs.
Outstanding.
That was fitness. Security?
Yep, everyone fitness security. Yeah, we'll just start from the top of the list. Does anyone want extra dice? Calder, do you want any extra dice?
That's a fitness security roll. It's just not reading. I'm gonna have to refresh the thing. So I'm gonna just reload the thing, but I got 2 successes.
Yeah, Semi, you're fine. You
spend
hold on
a-
to your position.
Is there
I'll spend
a
a
way
momentum
aerial
victory die.
combat? Kind of just jump into the air?
One moment, Calder. We'll do the roll one at a time.
One momentum.
Okay. All right, you managed to stay in your chair. Maldone. Would you like to purchase extra dice?
Perhaps. Perhaps.
With momentum or threat?
Just a moment. A little bit with both. One
Okay.
with threat, 2 with, or 1 on threat, 2 with moment. So
Okay.
4 dice total.
4 dice total.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Oh no.
Wow.
Do you have a means of re-rolling that?
Not a fitness security roll.
I do. I give him my determination.
You may have a determination, Maldone.
Do I just reroll successes, or do I reroll everything?
You get to reroll as much as you choose.
Yep.
Okay, I'm only
but
going to
what
reroll the 3 that failed.
Yep, what value? You have the point of determination. What value are you using?
I don't have a value that would really apply here for keeping the fallout from a chair, to be honest.
Let me take a peek.
Eager to please, the captain would be displeased if I hit my head on something.
Especially
no.
if he's giving... I actually might allow that, especially if he's giving a determination. He's handing you a determination.
Alright.
He's like, no, stay in your chair. Hold it together. You got this. And you really want to please him and stay in your chair.
It's a lot of talk, but it's basically an Earth on a ship.
Yeah, I really want to just say, oh, well, the DM's giving me something, I'll take it. But that one doesn't fit within the eager to please, like the purpose of the value on that one.
Okay.
I wish I could take you up on that, but I can't. That one just doesn't fit. It's not the spirit of what I meant.
It's not the
when
spirit of what
I
you
wrote
meant
that one
by it.
down.
Okay.
Yeah.
The worst betrayal is betraying yourself.
Listen, I'm not trying to hit myself in the head right here. Though maybe I am with the way I'm talking. Jeez.
Well, then what about your
That's-
last 2 values? I think either one of them you might be able to wiggle better.
No,
battle-
that's
Control
the
so know the battlefield, control the battlefield is more to dealing with enemies, and worst betrayal is betraying yourself is more to deal with like interpersonal like core values, like
Yeah, this isn't a core value.
resisting someone else, you know.
Yeah.
or pressure from someone else rather.
I mean, well, my point to about the battlefield is you're used to being in battle in your seat on the bridge. All right, so you know
I
when
might
the
pick
ship
up-
shakes,
I might
tend
pick
to
up a
use
value that fits with that, but know the battlefield, control the battlefield. I don't feel fits that.
Okay. If it's if there's no value, you can have the point of determination and use it later. But for now, that complication is going to stand.
Now,
maybe challenge a value. Hello?
I mean,
Hello?
reading the
Hello?
information spend, it means let me double check and read the long text of the captain's bill. Give me a minute. Okay. The commanding officer makes point of determination to grant any other character they can communicate with 1 point of determination. This does not have to be linked to a value.
okay, cool.
It doesn't have to be a link to a value on your part. It has to be linked to a value on their part.
No.
It doesn't specify captain or player, so I imagine it as both ends. Like if it's because if it was that it would have specified the captain or the player.
Okay, Maldon, you can use the point of determination without a value, and we will touch back on this later.
Okay.
Yep, you're just really determined to stay in your chair. That's
Looks like you do with one extra momentum.
with one extra momentum. We have Semi, Calder. Now I need Dr. Bog. As the ship is rocked to the side, I'm going to increase your complication by 1.
Well, I got my seatbelt on, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Seatbelt failed.
Well, you dirty rat.
Also, so you are in a room that has a lot of pointy things, so that makes sense for the complication increase.
We don't have pointy things in our doctor's office anymore.
You have laser things in your office.
All right.
So,
I mean, it's safer.
Fitness, security, difficulty 2, complication 2. As the ship
Laser
is
scalpel?
rocked to the side.
Yeah,
Would you
you
like
said
to
that
purchase?
already.
Would you like to purchase additional dice?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and purchase one with a threat, so I can re-roll here. Or wait a second, what's the roll again? It's not a medicine task, is it?
It's
So that's
fitness
not gonna
security.
work. Fitness security, like my worst ever.
Same.
You knock you guys out of chairs more often.
I don't even have a focus for this, do I?
Everybody's got to have fitness as a focus, or athletics.
Just looking to see if there's
God, I can't. God, I can't wait for the point where past Nemesis and all the chairs get emergency seatbelts. After so many years of not having them.
All right, well, I guess this is it. Guys, I'm going to take them last 2 momentum to try to get a 4th dice because I sure need them here.
All right,
go
so
for
1
it.
threat, 2 momentum.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's not going to be enough, is it?
Nope.
And
Hey, would technical expertise help me here? I'm on the ship.
Ship didn't help you with this. This is you and
That's
your
because-
wits.
Hey, I was trying to activate the pressure field when it happened. Keep me in the chair.
Oof. That is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 6 stress to you, Dr. Bog, as you are thrown from your chair in the sick bay and you go rolling across the room.
What happens when you fill up all your little bubbles? Does that mean you're dead?
Your stress resets at the beginning of the scene, so you would just have 6 stress right now. Any stress you took previously is gone.
I'm just curious what it meant.
If you fill up all your stress, that gains you 1 injury. If you get 5 or more, 1 hit, that's another injury. The first injury you get is not non-lethal. The second injury you get is lethal, and then a 3rd injury is dead.
Gotcha. All
Yeah,
right.
It's kind of, I guess, escalating, and that is 6 more damage unless you want to spend 2 threat or anything into resistant injury. You are getting an injury from this.
Hold on. What now? I just took 6. How did I get another 6?
No, you
that
just get
6 are hit.
Yeah, you get 6 damage each total. If you get 5 more or damage in one go, that is an injury. You can resist.
Okay. All right. So,
Yeah, you can resist an injury with 2 threat, or you could just take the complication from it.
I didn't actually fill up my track. I was just seeing what you would say if I did. I've got 4 boxes left, so I didn't
Yeah, you're good.
go over.
You took more than 5 stress is the point.
Oh, so I got you. So I have to spend something to not get an injury?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you have to give him threat, or because otherwise we don't have any momentum.
Yeah.
Used up
Yeah,
the momentum.
it's
that
2
would've
threat or
saved you here.
2 momentum to avoid an injury,
I'll take the injury.
or you could just take it. Okay. As you slam into a wall and you hear a rib crack.
Ribs
That is
suck.
uncomfortable. Any fitness as task for the next while is going to have an increase in complication of 2.
As if I needed that.
Yep. Until that is treated. All right, and last but not least, L.
All right. Well, I think I will use that advantage from the morale boost from the medical.
Okay.
And to reduce the difficulty.
That would reduce the difficulty by 1.
Alright, on top of that, I have athletics focus.
Yep, that would work.
Now I know it doesn't specifically say anything in the talent, but in theory, could I use the aerial combat basically just kind of to hop off into the air and guide my way back down?
What does the talent aerial combat read exactly? I understand what you're going for. I just want to know mechanically how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, mechanically, minor action can move up to any zone within long range instead of medium and ignore any difficulty increases associated with terrain. Basically here, I mean, my terrain's changing, but so I would still. I'm arguing that I would ignore a difficulty from it. It says also you have an advantage against ground-based targets.
The ground isn't a ground-based target. The ground is the ground.
True.
So, but with your wings, I will allow you one reroll.
One reroll?
Yep.
That'll work. Alright.
So if you lose your footing, you can use your wings and try to stand on your wings instead.
That'll. Didn't need it.
All right. Gaining momentum. As the ship is rocked to the side, there's damage reports coming in from all over the ship, but we're good. We're good. We can hang on for now. Actually, speaking of the ship, oof, that's not good. That is.
That's a breach.
One moment. 2.
Somebody take
4,
the dice
6,
away from him.
8. That is 9 damage raw, minus the 4 resist. That is 5 damage to your shields. And
How's that 9 damage?
intense. Or it's vicious.
Oh man.
Alright, so your shields take 5 damage and you take a breach 2.
We never actually established an alert level?
Your shields are up.
Okay.
As you take 1 breach to your engines. Which isn't bad right now. It just means that you have to do a manual, override on someone's turn.
Yeah, someone does a crack.
Also, 18 casualties are reported of injuries. But the probes are in position, and the ship's back in place. It is now time to fire this off. 2, 3. And control science, difficulty 5, complication 4, assisted by communication science.
I hope you still have a determination.
No, I don't.
This is the big one. Cards are on the table, man. Ante up.
Spent all the momentum, and I used the metal too when I didn't need to because it helped. Okay. Well, focus and subspace theory just to get that out of the way.
I feel like you.
Warp theory, yes.
Warp theory.
I mean, didn't we have a advantage previously?
You have a couple advantages, yes, that could be pulled into this. Let's pull them back up. We have best position.
Advanced probes.
Pep talk. Widow should apply here. Okay. And those are all the advantages that you can call upon at this moment. So you have 4 advantages that you can use.
My suggestion would be -3 difficulty, -1 complication. Oh yeah, we also do have Patterson still out to assist you.
Patterson can assist.
Yeah, I got Ship and Patterson.
All right. L, how do you want to apply those
I'm just
advantages? Okay.
Would planetary physics work as a focus?
This isn't a planet. This is a star.
But it's also it's to affect a planet.
It's the star.
So we have 4 advantages. All right.
Oh, sounds. How about?
Let's do 2
How about-
on each. 2 on the difficulty, 2 on the complication.
Okay.
How about sensor operations or astrophysics?
Astrophysics will work. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so -2 diff and -2 comp. The diff is now 3 and comp is now 2.
And I will take an extra dice with momentum.
1 extra dice with momentum. And the ship. Oh no! Do we have a means of re-rolling that critical fail?
Doesn't L have technical expertise or something like that?
Yeah, but this Patterson throw that on. I have computer expertise.
No, the null science is the ship. Yeah, that's
That's the ship system.
So that can't be re-rolled if I call.
I believe computer expertise only works on certain systems.
It's when you attempt to attest to program or study a system. And it's not a reroll, it's an extra die.
Yep, so that will not
so
apply.
just-
Yeah.
Okay, but we've. Trying to think what else we have.
Well, what about, let's see here.
Well, wouldn't you have a free extra dice from one of the abilities because of all your work previously?
Say that again?
Give me a second. Let me find the ability name I'm talking about.
Oh, testing a theory?
Yeah, when testing a theory work.
That would give me an extra die as well, right?
This is essentially you have a theory and this is testing it. Yep. So
So
one
you got
extra
one
dice.
more dice.
Well, no, all that would really do is because it would actually cost us 1 more momentum, which we don't have.
I could take that as a threat.
Well,
Or I could give you the momentum back.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to metagame this, take the momentum back.
Okay, momentum.
Yeah, like if we get the momentum back and we get 1 extra success from Patterson, we could squash that.
All right. That will work. As our signal goes out and the star seems to fix itself. Do-do-do-do. Bridge crew, Asemi, L, Maldon, and Calder. This is gonna be a fitness as science roll difficulty 2.
Fitness science?
Yep.
Can I use athletics?
This isn't an athletics thing.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
So you said fitness science?
This is a very unique effect.
Fitness science.
So what focuses can work here? Because I
Start throwing them out, and I'll say yes or no.
Starfleet protocol, targeting system, diplomacy, security system, forensics, combat tactics, leadership, any of those.
Actually, I just caught something that will net us 1 momentum. I accidentally rolled security when it should have been science. That second dice was a 5, so that should have been one more. Says.
That is correct. Okay. So
Yeah.
one extra momentum. None of your focuses work, Calder.
Okay, so
We'll start from the top of the range.
sadly, okay,
Encryption, decryption? Because it might be a
It's my
At complication.
keen sense work.
Asemi, I will allow that at complication 1.
I can do that.
okay,
We'll start at the top of the rank. And Calder, how do you want to make this roll?
I would like to spend a momentum for a 3rd dice. Sadly, science is my dump skill.
Okay.
I hope this doesn't cause pain.
Do you have any rerolls, or is that standing?
That's standing.
3 stress.
Okay. I can live with it.
Yep. Next, L. How do you want to make this roll?
Does keen senses help?
No.
Said athletics doesn't help.
Nope.
Does computers help?
Nope.
Jumping in the air.
This isn't that effect. This is not that effect.
That comp range standard.
Comp range standard. Would you like to purchase additional dice?
No, I'll give you the 1 threat.
Okay.
Bought it.
There you go. You do not take a stress, and you notice something that I shall reveal to you after these rolls are resolved.
All right.
Maldon.
Yes.
Space-time is getting very funky around you. How are you going to handle this?
With 1 momentum for an extra dice.
All right.
Nice.
Nice. Gain that 1 momentum back.
Fitness is my dump stat, but science is a respectable stat. So
Well, you rolled a 1 on it.
Asemi.
All right, I'll take that momentum and put it up to 3. And then you said that I could use encryption, decryption to use if I increase the complication range, right?
complication range to level 2, correct?
Right.
2 level 2. That's a lot of 2s.
Cool. Let's go. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I got 1 success.
Anyway, rerolling.
No.
I'm spending a threat and rerolling those.
I was gonna say he got lucky.
4 stress.
Nah.
And be right back.
I can do that.
Stop.
Okay. As the probes fire off in the a star, are you getting affirmative readings? This is working. The starlight is shifting in such a way. And suddenly, a Semi and Calder, or you get a splitting headache. And just an intense migraine right above your left ear. They're very, very sharp. You kind of wince, but you're not down and out, but it really hurts. Maldon and L, for a split second there, you're look at your consoles, look at the screen, look at the consoles, and then you ask yourself, why are we this close to the star? The planet was fine. They just had a broken fusion generator, or from an accident long ago. There was no earthquakes, there was no destruction, the planet wasn't falling apart. It was just a simple check in, do some medical care, and repair this thing and get out. Why are you this close to the star? And you remember this entire timeline of going to the planet and nothing, and the earthquakes never happened. And then you remember your current timeline. And now you remember both timelines. What is happening?
L has another aha moment.
My head hurt.
Is this
Sammy's probably doubled over her console because, like,
Yeah.
ow.
Just for our clarification, everyone else on the ship remembers the original mission as we've been playing out. We went to the planet. It was ravaged by earthquakes. Only Maldon and L remember the timeline where, hey, everything was fine.
And also,
a quick?
just to point out, a Benzite and Aurelian's overall anatomy is quite a bit different from a human and a Bajoran, which is quite similar.
I think I might know what it is above game.
Yeah,
But yeah, so L had a big aha moment with this because of what happened, because it happened to him earlier.
But Calder, at this point, you you just know that the thing went off and hey, everything's fine. Oh God, my head hurts. But
Okay, so
okay, yes.
So we're good. We could leave this area.
As far as you know, you just need to do a sweep of the area to make sure that that it works, and then you can peel out.
L wants to run a scan to check the status of the planet.
Yeah, let's check the status of the planet after leaving the sun.
Reason science, difficulty 2, assisted by sensor science.
Difficulty 1 because of our talent.
Yep.
And sensor operations, focus.
Back to difficulty 2. Because, gosh darn, there's some interference from those probes. But
Threat for
yes.
an extra dice.
Okay. 1 threat for an extra dice. And the ship roll.
Nobody wanted to get that for me.
I can do that.
Got it.
What are we rolling for the ship?
Sensor science.
Oh, we already rolled.
All right, and that is 3 momentum generated. The star appears to be fine. Let me get back in here. Everything is working properly, but you detect something on the horizon of the star, which is a weird sentence to say out of context.
Okay. So,
But thousands and thousands of miles away, almost around the curvature of the star from where are you at, you see a small blip. And in a flash of tachyons, it's gone.
Can we spend?
okay.
Can we spend momentum to get a high detailed picture of it?
Well, that way for L to say something to you about it.
I'm sorry.
Yep, L, that is what you see.
All right. So L's got two things going on in his mind right here. First, the two timeline things. Not knowing who else realizes this can just say, just ask how it went on the bridges.
Yeah, you can ask.
Okay, so he will just ask, how is everyone? You guys remember everything?
My head is on fire, and all I remember is what we were normally doing. There was the earthquakes, and then we came to the star to make sure that it didn't explode the planet.
The same here.
And he'll
What
look at.
do you remember, L?
So he'll explain, or start to explain both timelines.
Do you think it could be something that we experienced while assisting Tiger Squadron? Like a byproduct of what he was doing?
Well, the whole thing with Tiger Squadron did involve time travel, but I'm not sure time travel what this is. Or experiencing time. So am I the only one that's experiencing this? Remember this? Yeah, I'll go talk to the doctor later. Anyhow, there's something I spot on the other side of the star. Can we take a closer look? He'll send the coordinates over to the helm. How done? Don, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. That's going to be
Okay.
something that needs to go through the captain first.
Okay, but you didn't hear what the question for that about if anyone else was experiencing the same thing?
Not particularly. Fine.
Actually, you also succeeded like L, so you also seen the second timeline above game.
Yeah, so either L looks completely crazy and talking about second timeline, or you're the only other person that realizes there's the second timeline. That's basically what he's dealing with right now.
Right.
Yeah, because L literally explained out loud he saw the second timeline.
Okay.
So do you say anything?
I'm thinking about it. Because I was thinking about keeping my mouth shut.
God damn it.
I mean, I am a captain who doesn't want things to bite him in the butt because people want to keep things to themselves.
Well, I mean, I think there's kind of a difference between, there's something dangerous that, could upset you, and, whether or not we decide to reveal that is perfectly fine. And here is something that might make me look crazy enough to relieve me of duty.
I mean, L literally did the thing you were not going to do above game.
It's fine either way. Up to his character.
Yeah, I know.
Might
I'm
want to keep
just giving context.
Yep. But as you are discussing this, and as L is looking over the details, there is a solar flare that kicks up from the star and rocks your ship to the side, and you take 3 shields damage. No breach this time, but your shields are wielding away.
Okay, let's ascend out of the Cleonosphere. We could still check out this location at a distance.
I look at the captain with a funny look like, Captain, I'm not at the helm.
Well, Maldon is.
Yes, I am.
So L, though.
Well, I said well, not L.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Before we ascend L, you have your initial scan and of that blip. You are looking at it. You take a snapshot of it. In the next second, it is gone in a burst of tachyons.
Well, you do have a big question, L.
Yep. Would you like to ask additional questions about this?
I don't want to ask additional questions, but I want to get closer to that blip to take another look.
The blip is gone in a burst of tachyons. It is no longer there.
But I can see where it was.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have a question. I want to get close and take a closer look.
I have a question, suggestion, if you want to hear it.
Go for it.
If that's okay with
you. Go ahead.
Maybe maybe what would cause the cause of a disappearance via tachyons.
L definitely knows what that would mean. That's why he wants to get a closer look.
Yeah, well, we are moving. Malone, make it so.
Yep.
Making it so, Cap.
Yep, as you're looking at your screen and you ask the captain to take a closer look. Maldon, where are you setting your course to?
Where the captain said to, which is probably where L pointed at. Which is probably where the tachyon burst, or where the thing was that is now gone in a burst of tachyon.
Do we want to go towards the tachyon burst, or are we just moving to a higher orbit?
To the
tachyon
burst.
Is it possible to do a little bit of both?
Well, yeah, but going around the sun, not through the sun. Just to be clear.
Oh no, I wanted to go through it. What are you talking about? I wanted to hit that
Down
solid
and
concrete
through the
wall.
planet.
It's just
Yeah,
pure
man.
plasma. Just
We're
pure
already
plasma.
getting hit with flares, by the
Never
way.
mind the
Keep that
fact
in
that it's
mind.
3 times denser than water. You know, it's just gonna go right through it, like through a cloud or something. You know?
I mean, that's what the shields are
and
for,
isn't
right?
I mean, isn't the last time we did the equivalent of going to a sun, we were inside of a Dyson sphere?
That's a good point there.
Yep. Maldone, to move the ship up to a higher orbit and closer towards this tachyon burst. Control con, difficulty 3, assisted by engines con.
Okay, we're gonna grab one threat, one threat, 2 momentum for the 2 extra dice. Focus, yes. Standard. Bada bing, bada boom. Nope, that's fitness and science.
What's your control and con score?
Both higher.
Okay, then yeah, you might actually. Is your control con above a 12?
Yeah, my control con is my control is an 11, my con is a 4.
So
That's
So that would
5?
actually be 5 successes, unless you have any focuses that would apply.
He does have
that
focus. So 6 successes out of a difficulty 3.
There you go.
Nice.
Yep. Plus the ship. Engines con.
I'll snap that.
Also, what's your shields at? I actually haven't looked.
We took 3 damages, right?
Wait,
Took
yeah,
3 damage,
but-
and then you took damage prior.
Yeah, I feel like we took
8
5
damage total. Yeah. So you should be
8
down.
damage total, so
So,
we would be to 5. We have 5 shields left.
Oof, you're below
5
half.
shields left.
Okay.
If I can read that, I would say we should not be anywhere close to the sun if we can help it.
Yeah,
Or how
you
do
would
we-
have this information.
or
Yeah, I
have
would be like, we
or-
should back off right now.
Yeah, I mean, we could leave solar flare range of the sun at least and examine the tachyon point.
You
Actually,
also
did we
have.
already activate Leaf?
You already. Yep, you do have Leaf. He could regen shields for you right now as you're moving.
Let's do a regen shield. Leaf.
Okay, we'll do that, and I would like to. Direct a semi to remodulate shields to increase our resistance.
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
That is
It's
also a
difficulty
thing.
2. It's a difficulty 2, I think, when I read it.
Let
Yeah.
me look at my cheat sheets.
Attack, modulate shields. Yep, difficulty 2, control security, and assisted by the ship's structure engineering.
Yep, that'll work.
Okay.
I'll be assisting, so
So I'll just roll my 2 dice then.
Unless you want to buy
you
extra.
could spend dice.
Yeah, I'll buy one. I'll buy a momentum mod.
Yeah, because buying extra dice.
Because then I can just get more momentum later. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's increase that comp range.
To 2 or 3.
Comp range to 2.
That's 2.
Cool. Yeah.
You guys did that ahead of me.
Oh,
Oh well.
should I roll or? I think it's fine, right?
I'm getting the regen one with Leaf, so
Well,
All
we're
right.
doing the.
We'll modulate and then we'll regen.
Okay.
That'll work.
So the modulate's 3 and
Yeah.
a complication.
Let me first roll the ship.
Bog already got the ship. So we have 1, 2,
3 in a complication for the modulation.
4 in a
Yeah,
complication.
1,
because
2,
of
3,
the...
4.
4 in... Oh, right,
All right.
right. Yeah, you're right.
So you have 2 extra. Do you want to use that to quash?
Yes.
All right.
And
that
we'll
is a
use-
quash.
And we'll use 2 of those to, well, 2 momentum we already have to increase our resistance by 2 more.
All right. So you add, that is +3 resistance to the ship.
Yes, so now we got a resistance of 7.
Okay. And for the regen shields roll.
Already done. The difficulty 1, and there was 3 successes between Finn and the ship, and so it regens two shields plus any momentum spent. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend the extra 2 momentum, so that's 4, and 4 shields regen.
Sounds good. As you pull out from your precarious position, and you orbit around the stun at a more comfortable distance now, and you regen your shields, and a semi modulates the shields more effectively to shield you from any more flares. And now you are in a better position to look at this tachyon burst.
So L wants to just flood that position with tachyon particles.
So you're gonna flood it with tachyon particles?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you let's explain what you're doing instead of you using?
What is your intention with this roll?
Okay, so tachyons usually have to do with cloaking technology. So tachyon particles, which would reveal anything cloaked.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, if you're revealing a cloak, that is a really difficult thing to do, but could be possible.
Yeah, the other option would be to just do a flyby and use plasma particles, release plasma into the area, but that will more so slow a ship down. But and you might see it if you look out a window, but otherwise you're not going to see it on sensor. So
Control science difficulty 4, assisted by ship structure science, to flood the area with tachyons to reveal a cloak.
actually, L will say to the captain, there might be a cloaked ship out there, but before I flood the area with tachyons, maybe we can bluff our way into finding out.
Okay, Maldon, any chance you could figure out what this back on the map is? Like, if you look in the Discord chat, because this could be a cloaked ship with what L is saying.
There is not enough information there to do any sort of ship identification at this range.
Yeah, why don't we open a hill? Say something.
Yeah, I will actually do that.
You're gonna hail them?
Attempted to hail.
We see you.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Let's bluff our way out of this. Say, we see you.
Yes.
This is going in a weird direction. L, go ahead and give me a insight science difficulty 1. Just off the top of your head.
Science. I had focus on, so check anything. I do have a research and a computer's focus. Oh, ow. Yeah, no, I gotta reroll that.
Okay, now's the time for determination, because Fall it.
Oh man. Burn a milestone, but the question is what episode? Horrible with remembering all the last episodes.
If you could remember a previous pull from just the value you use without the details, it would be helpful enough. Like if you at least remembered the value that you used for said milestone.
Yep, like I did a thing previously.
I know at least some point during at least once or twice I've used throughout the handbook and wrote my own, and that's basically what we're doing. We're throwing out the handbook and writing our own on trying to bluff our way to see if there's enough out there, get them to reveal themselves so we don't have to flood the area with tachyon particles.
This roll is more or to realize something about the tachyon particles you picked up previously.
Okay.
And that is within the rulebook.
Then one of these other two would definitely do it. Science, that's my specialty, or a theory for every situation, which I have both used both of them several times.
I will take one milestone and a theory for every situation.
I spent my first milestone.
Congratulations.
On a difficulty 1 roll, but
Hey.
go ahead and re-roll. There we go. Cloaked ships don't emit tachyons when they cloak. Tachyons do affect cloaks and reveal them, but they don't shine when they go to cloak. There is one phenomenon, however, that does give a burst of tachyons when they go off.
Is it time related?
Let's do the time warp again. You just saw
Time paradox.
You just saw a ship jump through time and space. It is not a cloaked.
God, don't tell.
It was not a cloaked vessel. That was a ship using a time warp or some sort of temporal mechanism.
DM actually wants to deal with time paradoxes.
Better than what I
catch on to
thought
this.
it was. I thought it was going to be like Q or something.
Oh God, I know what that image is. I know what this pixel is. After opening it up and doing it 500 times, I know what it is. But I'm not gonna say
it.
I
It's
will.
a board cube, I'd say.
Calder, if you're seeing this correctly, I would say that in character you would not have reference for what class that ship is.
I know. This is Caius, not Calder.
Yep.
Yeah, like I'll say it after stream because I don't want to like metagame like a mother chucker.
Would L recognize it?
No Starfleet officer would recognize this.
Okay, how about this? Is there a way we could do the equivalent of CSI enhance on it?
Not at this point. Basically, you have the records on hand, you will have to pore over them as an extended task and look over them in detail. But right now,
Well,
you're in orbit of a star.
Well, I'm
So,
well.
next
pretty much,
episode-
I just Next episode, so that pixel will no longer be a pixel.
Yeah, next episode, you can look into that pixel and see what you can find about it.
Like, God. Okay.
I'm impressed you did that, because I'm impressed you did that. That was fun.
I mean, not that many ships of Star Trek has a scarlet color, has a color scheme like that.
Nope. If you want to do a detailed scan of the area, you probably could, but from what you know that this was a time jump, you're not gonna get much off it.
Wait a sec. That looks like very, very tiny Borg rectangle.
Well, I mean the image. Well, it's.
I photoshopped this in like 5 minutes. Give me a break.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, it looks like a little Borg, like not a perfect cube, but like a rectangle.
But yeah, you do have the sensor scans and on hand, and at a later date you will be able to do detailed scans of this. But this is neither the time nor the place of that. It is time to leave, and put that on for the screen. Unless you are going to do any more scans, and Maldon can pull us out and take us into orbit of Delta Leonis II.
Yeah, let's begin unloading these people to the planet.
Oof.
Wait.
Turn off that music. And turn off that music as well. As you pull out from the star's coronosphere and make your way back to Delta Leonis, something strange has happened.
Oh, what?
Give me a reason science difficulty E2 to scan the planet.
Reason science difficulty 2.
Assisted by ship sensor science. Way louder than I need.
Difficulty 2, sensor operations and testing a theory. That could die.
And brought you down to difficulty 1 with your ship's sensor science.
Four successes.
Whew.
Yeah, like.
There we go. So, 5 on difficulty 2. That is 3 momentum generated.
I thought you said difficulty 1 because sensor suites.
Yep. Thank you. As you fill up on momentum. As you pull into orbit of the planet, the steam clouds are gone. The hot blue plasma vents that are cracking the planet is gone. In fact, there's no signs that there ever were cracks in the surface besides bog standard canyons and fault lines. This is a pristine M-class planet with a tiny E settlement on it. The settlement is ravaged and in dire need of repair, but it's still standing.
I will want to check if we still have those civilians on board a ship?
You call down to the cargo bay, and your civilians are still there.
Okay, good. So it's not like they're gone but they're there. So it's
Yep.
And their settlement's still
Okay.
there.
In fact, digging deep into the core of the planet, this is a normal planet. Lots of rich minerals. There's some really good gold and uranium deposits. You can make a beautiful mining colony off this. Yes, there's fertile crescents in the southern hemisphere, or you can set up agricultural for decades. Beautiful world.
I will say to the captain, Captain, this went much better than expected.
the problem.
Is there even like a settlement? Because like you didn't say there was a settlement.
There is
You
a
just said
settlement.
that they had.
The
Okay.
settlement's still there.
Okay, the settlement's still
settlement-
there. We're good.
The sediment. The
I was
planet-
like, oh no, is everything fake?
The sediment's still there,
mean, like-
and your civilians are still there. In fact, the
like-
settlement doesn't look like it was as that badly damaged. It still has all the solar panels on top of it, and it looks like
What
the
about
fusion-
life signs?
There are
I
no
mean-
additional life signs on the planet.
L will
Uh,
say that the planet is in such great condition. Just might need to do some repairs to the settlement. In fact, I'd be happy to propose that maybe our engineers go down and help, and maybe we can establish some mining trade rights.
I mean, the problem is like barely like 10 minutes ago, this planet looked like a watermelon with like almost 100 rubber bands wrapped around it.
Take a look at the sensor scans.
Yeah, but you do remember what it looked like before we went to the sun, correct?
Yeah.
L,
What?
you remember both.
Yeah, I remember both.
Both the planet being cracked apart, and both the planet being fairly mundane and
So-
beautiful.
He'll explain to the captain once again that he remembers two totally different timelines concurrently.
Has anyone else?
Yes.
Indeed.
I think I did.
Okay, so at least this proves the point tenfold, but this be something that happened because with the tachyons and reading through reports, even reports from the old that even reach far back to around the NX-01 on with time travel, like with with time travel. If you catch my drift,
Mm-hmm.
because it is in burst followed by a tachyon burst incline time travel L.
Yeah.
And it is at this point, with a beautifully restored our planet, a fixed star, and many more questions than answers. Commander Calder, I just have one more question for you. Will you be resettling the colonists back on Delta Leonis II, or will you be relocating them to another colony?
With us assuming that we solved the problem and the planet looks better than we left orbit, I think we'll resettle unless there are people who believe, unless there are people who do want to resettle.
There is one family of 4 that wish to take your offer to resettle to a different world, but the rest want to go back home if you will allow them.
Oh yeah, I could consent to them and maybe
One
see
family wants to
if we
settle.
can maybe attempt to bring this world back to a Federation-owned world to help bring it back from its ruins and maybe help it prosper more.
Absolutely, that's going to be a task for our next time, but we can definitely get the ball rolling in that. And I'm assuming as you are dealing with the particulars of that, Elle would like to do more or scans,
Yeah,
more
like,
science.
I am on the thing to do. Like I might be withholding some information to command until I get all the answers.
In particular, or what information will you be censoring from command reports? This will affect how this is going to happen.
Well, I'm going to, well, more like not be censored, more like waiting a bit longer to actually send it. Like
Okay.
pretty much the equivalent of I'm going to send this when I can bring this colony back to Federation, back to being affiliated to Federation.
Okay, so that is a problem for future Calder. Got it. And
yeah, I need sleep.
Yep, with that, we can't. You are in orbit of the planet, and resettlement processes are in line. And curiouser and curiouser, this system seems to be. But that will have to wait next time on Star Trek Svalinn.
Just tell me when we're off stream.